Yo, what's up guys, it's 42 Dailyy back here with another video, and we're going to be talking about arguably one of the hottest underground artists out right now, Yeat. If you haven't heard about him, I'm going to give some more context on him, talk about his past, his present, his future, and just everything happening with Yeat. Just, yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and let's get right into the video. So I'll preface this by saying we're going to be talking about, who Yeat is as a person, but I also want to say there is not a lot of information out about Yeat. Like, I know he's in college, I know he's the college age, but I don't even know where he goes to school. I was like looking around and trying to find out, and I'm not even sure he wants it to be public, so I'm not going to really talk about that. But just so you're aware, he's around the college age. I believe he's like 19 or 20, and he is really popping off right now. First, I'm gonna give some context on who he is music-wise, because you've probably heard his most played song, specifically a snippet that's been going around, so I'm just gonna play that. But this is what everyone's been vibing to. So I would assume you've most likely heard that sound before, and if you haven't, it's all good. You'll probably hear it eventually, because literally like every TikToker and just everyone in the underground space has been using that sound or like rapping it. Like, I swear, when I'm on a call with someone, like label or non-label, they are mentioning Yeat and specifically that snippet right there. And it's honestly crazy to see who's using the sound. I mean, it's a bunch of like big name TikTokers. Some interesting ones are like Carson's ex-girlfriend. Like, I'll show the video here, but she was using that sound.
I'm driving this race. They about to put me on suicide watch. Can't choose what color I'm feeling today. Thank God it's a two.
And then also, most notably, his Cosign, who really didn't use like the sound, but Bronny actually commented on one of his Instagram posts, and then Yeat made another video about it that went pretty viral as well, which I'll play here.
Bronny James, I see you. Thought you could just lurk on my page and I wouldn't say anything about it. How about you quit being mysterious and run these ones?
Yeah. Go ahead, run your mouth, shit funny to me. Really, it's very simple. I call it the make no money disease, but he got every symptom. They go both ways in the color and truck. The dogs must hate each other. Damn.
But overall, I wouldn't just say he's like popular on TikTok. Like, he's definitely not a TikTok artist at all. A lot of Instagram and the Instagram people are kind of messing with him, which is really hard to come by these days. I feel like there's only a select few artists, specifically on the underground, who have like this kind of I guess, I hate to say aura, but I guess, aura about them in the Instagram communities. Like, really, Instagram is honestly messing with this kid, and same with Twitter. Like, it's honestly all platforms, and that's kind of similar to Laserdimn, which I made a video on him last week if you want to check that out, where I was talking about Laserdimn, who he is, and where I see his career going. But they kind of share the same qualities, which I'll get into more later. But I'd also say they share the same fan base in terms of the fans being on all platforms, not just TikTok, not just Twitter, not just Instagram, but all the platforms, which honestly is gonna help him out in the end. I gotta say too, not to toot my own horn, but I was put on to Yeat when he was about like 7,000 monthly listeners. I don't know how I got onto him that fast, but right now he's sitting around like 85, 90,000 monthly listeners. And I assume, honestly, in the next few months, he'll probably be at like 150,000. I could see him probably hitting, I don't know, like 300K by August or something like that. It also depends on the music he drops and how high the song goes. That's going crazy right now, which we'll talk about soon. But I mean, yeah, I found him early. A lot of people are onto him right now, and I think it's only gonna go up from here. He's also been collaborating with some pretty cool artists as well. Tana actually just produced one of his singles that's only on SoundCloud, I believe, and I'm expecting some honestly big collaborations out of him. A lot of people want to see him work with Yeat, which won't happen, and I don't really know why they want to see that, but I could really see him working with some crazy underground artists and maybe in the future mainstream artists as well. More about features later and just kind of his personality, but I want to talk about his manager, which is something I normally don't do, but that's because his manager, Kevin Got Swag, is honestly a pretty funny dude. This guy has like a YouTube and he does Fortnite content on there. He does a bunch of content too. Like, he had an interview with Isaiah TG and just some other stuff as well. But he's honestly a pretty funny guy, I'm not gonna lie. And he seems kind of like a content creator, but he's also doing a great job managing because, I mean, Ian's getting crazy cosigns, his numbers are going up, and everyone's talking about him. So honestly, shout out Kevin. I think that also adds on to the personality as well. You know, not only is Ian kind of have that funny, comedic persona, but also his manager, and I feel like this could really become like a dynamic duo in the future. It's definitely too early right now, but like, fast forward a few months, honestly, I think Kevin Got Swag is going to become a much bigger personality in the underground once people start to see his content and just see who he is as a person. And especially with Ian's fan base growing, more fans will just find his account because, I mean, Ian has Kevin Got Swag's Instagram in his bio, so naturally people are just gonna find it. But on to Ian's kind of personality, I think similarly to Laserdimn, he kind of has this comedic persona, and it's more of like a relaxed kind of look and feel. You know, he's doing just the funny stuff, but he's not doing too much. He's not going on a bunch of streams like Laserdimn, and he's not showing out at a bunch of interviews, stuff like that, and just doing a lot of content. It's more so just on his Instagram and like the trailers and Instagram videos he's posting, but it's still like super funny, and you can tell from his Instagram stories he's really relaxed about things. Like he literally like will take Instagram videos and pictures of him just like cooking up in the kitchen and, you know, literally just doing that. And I think that's going to translate well to his fan base because he seems like a very casual guy. And I think the fans kind of need a casual artist to listen to, in the sense of not someone like Osama-san or Netspend, where they're kind of, you know, acting a little bit more rare than, you know, Laserdimn and Ian. I think honestly it's a persona and just personality that a lot of people can appreciate and relate to, and so I think that's really going to help him out in the end. It's one of the things I said for Laserdimn as well. It's just a really good quality to have. It seems like, you know, if he was at a show and he went backstage after and there were a few fans that were there, he would all dap him up and just say what's up, have a good conversation with them, and, you know, just be chill about it. He seems like he could just kind of like mend within one of his like fan groups very easily, you know, like have a conversation with his fans and just be chill about it, be casual, and become friends with them, honestly. And I think that's one of the things that fans look for but don't really get with these underground artists, because a lot of them want to be rare and separate themselves from their fans for whatever reason, and I think that's one thing that he's not doing. Now, talking about Ian's music sonically, right, I think a lot of people compare him to Yeat, and while I see some potential similarities, I definitely don't see the full picture. I don't really get the full comparisons. I think honestly a lot of people just want to like immediately compare him to an artist, you know? It happens all the time. It happened with Laserdimn, Osama-san, of course, Netspend, all of these poppin' underground artists, right? As soon as they get buzz, people are like, okay, who can we compare them to, right? Like, oh, are they Autumn? Oh, are they Yeat? Oh, are they Ken Carson? All this stuff, right? And his comparison has been Yeat as of late. I think honestly it's because of the semi-aggressive sound that he has, but I gotta say it's more of a casual flow, which is funny because that's his personality as well. So I really like that about him, and I think honestly it plays well. So of course, you know, he sounds similar to some people, but overall, honestly, he's his own person and his flow is very unique. I would say throughout his songs though, it is a bit of a similar flow, which I do enjoy because this flow is new, and as I said like 30 seconds ago, it's very unique. So, you know, even though it is the same, it all sounds great, honestly. And I foresee him in the future changing it up a little bit. I think he kind of has the vocal talents to be able to do that, and the production abilities as well. The producing that he's been rapping on and flowing off of has kind of a variety to it, you know? So I think there definitely is an opportunity for the future, especially when collaborations happen, which I foresee a lot of collaborations happening. I honestly would expect a lot of people to be hitting him up right now from the label side, like big rappers, managers, wanting him to, you know, have a feature or get on a song, all this stuff. So I'm expecting in the next few months him to hop on a few big songs. I don't really know what, but I'm honestly here for it. In terms of content though, I think it'll be really interesting to see where he goes, like with content rollout. I think the whole thing with him being very relaxed and casual kind of means it'll just be him doing stuff throughout his daily life. Like it'll be very casual. It won't be like a typical TikTok rollout where it's like 3 posts a day, 2 Instagram stories, all this stuff, you know. It'll be just here and there. Like he's not taking it too serious. not overly serious at least. So maybe some content of him in college classes, maybe some content of him studying with friends as a joke, or, you know, hanging out at fraternity parties. I really don't know at this point because it hasn't been a lot content wise, but once he does drop or like have an album rollout, I think we'll start to see more of that, especially because I don't think he's like a junior or senior in college. I think he's a underclassman, so he still has some time in college. Honestly, he might drop out too as well. I would honestly see him sticking it out this year, since we have like 2 or 3 months left in the school year, and then after that, once he kind of gets more up and more poppin' in the summer and goes on tour and stuff like that, he'll probably drop out. Maybe not, I could be wrong, honestly, I really don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what he does with the content. I think there's a lot of great collaborations that can happen. And, you know, being in college is really a gift in the sense of there's a lot of different people to network with and work with. So he has that opportunity as well, which I'm excited for him because I think it'll definitely continue his success. And it's something that a lot of artists right now, who are poppin' at least, don't have. But realistically, as I said before, I don't know how much content he'll do around that. It might just be the typical Triller videos he's been doing, because those are working. So, you know, why stop something that's working out well? You know, it doesn't really make sense to do that. So I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, regardless, I'm excited. I hope, honestly, he can continue with success. I'm looking forward to the collaborations he has. It would be really cool if he had a song with Laserdisc, because they're both kind of on similar level right now, and they're both popping, honestly. So we'll see what happens. A net spend, the collaboration would be pretty cool too. I think it'd be honestly funny and people would love to see it. So I guess we'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, and you know, if you haven't heard an Ian song before, I would definitely suggest you go check him out, because I'm a fan of his music, honestly. When I got put onto him, I enjoyed his music. I had a few songs added to the playlist, so I would suggest listening to it. If you have already listened to him, let me know your favorite song in the comments. Hope you guys have been enjoying these smaller artist kind of profiles. I guess really not small artist profiles, because Ian and Laserdisc are popping now, but more so new underground artist profiles. I'm going to continue with the more mainstream content as well, planning a Vultures 2 video soon, because that's been kind of crazy at the point in which I'm filming this. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You know, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, we're killing it over there. Thank you to the 42 Dailyy team. I love you all, and I love everyone who's been watching the videos. It really means a lot. Honestly, I'm so happy to be back on sorry, I almost said TikTok, on the YouTube grind. 1.3K subs. On the road to 2K, 5K, 10K, all the good numbers. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your week.